How does a democratic country let a 7-year-old girl suffer in silence, with all the evidence, and yet no one is held accountable? Said Chief Justice Mandisa Maya. In a haunting case that has rocked the Eastern Cape, a 7-year-old girl was brutally raped over a year ago. Despite compelling medical evidence and a courageous, detailed account from the child herself, no one has been arrested. No trial has begun. The streets remain silent. And the echoes of her trauma now ring in every South African household that still dares to believe in justice. Chief Justice Mandisa Maya, the highest voice in South Africa's judiciary, has called it what it is, a national disgrace. Speaking at a judicial oversight forum in Umtata this Tuesday, Maya didn't mince words. "This is a shameful stain on our justice system," she declared. But this isn't just about one child's pain. It's about a system too frail to protect the voiceless, and too slow to hold predators accountable. The case reveals a dangerous weakness in the very framework of justice meant to protect society's most vulnerable, its children. Rural communities like those in Eastern Cape often lack the policing resources and prosecutorial urgency found in urban centers. This child's suffering is, heartbreakingly, not an isolated event, it's a symptom of a failing structure. Justice Maya asked the questions every South African should be demanding answers to. How is it that a young child, after enduring one of the most brutal violations imaginable, is still waiting for justice, in a country that claims to uphold the rights of children? No suspects have been named. No hearings scheduled. And still, this 7-year-old, whose identity is rightly protected, lives in a society that has failed to protect her. While the crime itself is monstrous, what is even more disturbing is the state's paralysis. According to Maya, this isn't just a lapse, it's a national emergency in how gender-based violence and child abuse are investigated, prosecuted, and ultimately ignored. The Chief Justice has called for a complete re-evaluation of the police investigation and the role of prosecutors involved. Were there lapses? Was there negligence? Were leads ignored? The lack of answers points to a chilling truth. South Africa's justice system, especially in rural areas, is not equipped to deliver justice to its youngest victims. The damage goes far beyond the courtroom. When justice fails, society fractures. Child rights advocates and civil society leaders across the country have joined Maya's outcry. Null, a well-known child rights activist in East London, said, "Every time the system doesn't respond, it sends a message that these crimes don't matter, and these children don't matter." She adds, "This isn't just a failure of law. It's a betrayal of trust. It tells other victims that speaking out is pointless, that silence is safer." Faith in the legal system is eroding, especially among vulnerable populations. The cost? A country where victims remain in the shadows, and abusers walk free. The broader picture is just as alarming. Sexual violence is on the rise in South Africa. According to recent data, thousands of minors report abuse annually, and yet conviction rates remain devastatingly low. Experts say it's a system plagued by bureaucracy, underfunding, and cultural silence. Before we continue, a reminder to share, subscribe and like. The Eastern Cape case has become a symbol of all that is broken. Maya's speech made it clear, this is not just about one case. It's about the silent thousands. It's about how systemic negligence has created a culture of impunity. And it's about how the dignity of children is consistently sacrificed at the altar of institutional dysfunction. In the aftermath of Maya's statement, civil society groups, advocacy organizations, and legal reformers are mobilizing. The Chief Justice has urged them to increase pressure on the government, not just to fix this case, but to reform how child abuse and gender-based crimes are handled at every level. Delays in justice do not only deny the victims, they damage the soul of our society, Maya warned. We stand in solidarity with the survivors, the advocates, and every citizen demanding better. This is a turning point, or it should be. Because if a 7-year-old child cannot find justice in a democracy, then what hope remains for the rest of us?